What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Rewind with Rekenya. If you're new here, please be sure to subscribe, like this video, turn on your notification bells, share this video, and just continue to show love to my channel as you've been doing. I am so appreciative of all the growth. I'm sorry it took so long for another video. I haven't been feeling well. I've had just stuff going on with my family and just trying to get back in order. And then when I had made other videos, I just wasn't feeling them as much as far as the content of it and what the direction of how I want my page to go. I'm sorry, my channel to go. So here we are with another video. So I really was invested in the First Wives Club. And then I feel like they just completely dropped the ball. I was wondering, am I alone in this? Like, does anyone else? Well, I saw a few people on Twitter commenting just confusion. But I'm just wondering, am I the only person who's like, what the fuck? What happened to the First Wives Club? So the First Wives Club is a BET Plus series. I will say it's an original series, yes, even though it's based on the 1996 film of the same name, but with a slight twist, and it's starring three beautiful, educated, talented black women. Jill Scott, Ryan Michelle Bath, and Michelle Butte. I'm sorry, Bateau. I should have researched that before I even started recording, but I know who she is, and that's why I'm showing her picture because I know who she is. And then later on, Michelle Michener. The series chronicles the long-term friends as they navigate romantic trials, motherhood, careers, and sisterhood. And I instantly fell in love with the First Wives Club because although it was a reiteration of another film that I also enjoyed, it felt fresh, like it felt new in concept. And it was funny and smart and sexy. Like every single plot line didn't make perfect sense. Like I'm still not sure, did Ari cheat for real? Or was Hazel just completely oblivious to what was going on in her marriage? There's just some little questions there, but it still made for good binge-worthy TV. I binged that season and was so upset on the first season. So we saw these college friends are reconnecting for the sake of their sisterhood. And they create an even more amazing bond and just get through a new chapter of their life. And maybe some more with women because it is called the First Wives Club. But if you're just navigating new chapters of your life and having your friends around is so essential, and having just people that you trust when you're going to different phases, it's so important. And we get to see them just bond, but also become just better individuals. You can see the growth and when they venture out beyond each other. It's beautiful. Jill is this talented recording artist. She's a well-known one at that, famous. She's a superstar, excuse me, and a writer. Ryan is this powerhouse attorney, and Michelle, and also their wives, and Ryan, Michelle Bath, her husband, is also a politician on the show. So, if you're a wife or a husband of someone who's running for office, that is a lot of work. And then Michelle, she is this hard-working surgeon who is really just taking control of her family and after getting her education and amazing, all of them. And they had so much chemistry. I love that part of the cast because when you can tell when people seem to actually like being around one another. And it really felt like those old college friends that many of us have, including myself. So they were given a girlfriend's vibe, but with a more modern twist and one less weird friend. And although it had some kind of cheesy moments, it still felt good, good TV. You didn't watch it and feel sometimes I love the Real Housewives of Potomac, but they've been draining the shit out of me lately that I've just been okay, now I gotta go and watch something funny after I watch it. And they used to be more of an escape show, so I don't like that. But it gives more of Star, where Star would stress me out, but I still look at it as an escape show. And so they also had these handsome spouses like Ronrico Lee, if you may know him from every show in the 90s and the 2000s, Malik Yorba, Mark Tallman, and some of their spouses, they had some problems there, of course, in relationships, and there was some problematic areas, some more than others, of course. But they too work really well for the series, and there was still chemistry there also. And then there was also a lot of nice music selections, and the aesthetic of the series was beautiful, from the costumes and the wardrobe, and and their homes also. But you really felt the black excellence, and I just love to see that in films and on series. So when you kind of deviate from what you're originally loving, you're so we get to season 2, and it all went completely downhill. Bath, who played, again, Ryan Michelle Bath, she played Ari. She was no longer a series regular. And she was on the West Coast then, and she's still working and like phoning in with her friends, which again, it takes away from what the series was about with them coming together again and being close again like they were before. And then she's also having this like long distance relationship with her husband, who she had just had some issues with the season before. So it was like, why would they be having this long distance thing when they had just like gotten better? It really threw it off. But to make it even worse, they introduced a new character as a friend of Ari. But the intro felt so clunky and awkward, and it felt disingenuous. Like I asked myself multiple times, who is this woman? Like, and it was nothing against her because she's beautiful. It just was like, who is this woman that just came into this already like well meshing, well running machine? So it's like, yes, we got Essence Atkins added, but we also lost parts of the series that made it stand out amongst the other BET Plus series and just some other shows that have slightly younger casts or things that are more relatable to like social media. It felt like it was trying to be something different than what it had started out as. So I was just turned off by the time we got to the end of the season. Well, I don't even know if I completely was able to finish season 2. But I was just like turned off. I lost interest so much so that I didn't really care if we were going to get a season 3 for real. Like it wasn't until I saw an article from Jill Scott discussing the new season that I was like, something's off here. Like something feels like it's wrong. So I've been searching and searching. I've yet to find a real reason for why Ryan and Michelle Beth left the series. And then was eventually, spoiler alerts, if you haven't watched yet, even though if you have news media of any sort, social media, you'll know that Ryan Michelle Beth, her character Ari, was killed off. I know, it makes no sense to me. She was the main character. Why couldn't she just move and not want to be friends anymore? Why would you kill her off? That made no sense. So this led me to believe that there may be some beef from Jilly from Philly and Ryan Michelle Beth. And I only say this, and this is all speculation, this is alleged from my view, from me being a social media investigator here. But I do think that there's something behind some of Jill's statements. So in Jill's Essence magazine article, she said, I've lost a lot of friends. I won't say a lot, but I've lost some friends, and I just did not see that coming. This is what Scott tells Essence of the way the storyline mimics real life. She continues, this is life. There's no guarantees in this thing. She also went on to say, we just had one person this season who I don't ever want to see again, says Scott. Refusing to name names, she adds coyly, I said what I said. Now with that last statement, that can be seen mostly as the last season because she said this season. But it's also interesting to note that Jill no longer follows Ryan. And this is on Instagram, of course, because that's like the scale of how a relationship exists in this time period. But Ryan is still following her. And Michelle hasn't mentioned the departure or any other details either. She's been talking about other shows that she's working on. And I will also say that Beth has been booked and busy. So her departure may be due to her scheduling conflicts. But it feels like if we don't have the details, we're going to make assumptions. And so we need to know these details because we're going to start looking for them, Hollywood. But I really want to know what you all think. Have you all seen anything where it's like, you know what? It just didn't work out as far as how the series was going and we wanted to have this newer character instead of Ari? Or do you think it's beef between Jill Scott and Ryan Michelle Beth? I never known these women to be like catty, but sometimes you just don't get along with people that you work with, and sometimes that just happens. So it could be the case they just didn't mesh well as far as their personalities or something. I just have the speculation that that is the issue, but I want to know your thoughts. So let me know in the comments below, and I promise I will be back soon and not wait so long to make another video. But again, be sure to subscribe, like my channel. I'm sorry, like this video, share this video, and I'll be back soon. Okay, bye.